Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. Today's video we're going to be talking about Jäger. Now ideally my goal is going to be to try to help you guys win more of your ranked games, and so the general idea or the concept that I want you guys to understand is that when you're playing Jäger you do have a lot of potential for making a position really difficult to push. And the one thing that I do kind of feel like is a little bit bad when it comes to Jäger is that he does have quite a bit of utility. So if you stumble around placing down your utility throughout the round and don't have like an exact idea of what you're trying to do with the observation blockers and the ADSs, it can be a little bit overwhelming if you don't know your route. And so that would be my top advice that I could give you guys, is to make sure you know exactly your route that you're going to be trying to accomplish throughout the rounds. And what I mean by route is I just mean like where you're going to be placing your ADSs, where you're going to place your observation blockers if you decide to take them over to bulletproof. Like that is the general idea that I want to be talking about when it comes to Jäger. Now the idea that I'm going to be going for in this first round here, guys, is we're trying to deny bakery from the enemy team. So I brought ADSs here to make that very difficult for them, as well as observation blockers, so that way it's hard for them to be able to drone me behind this little bakery desk inside of bakery here. And so the general idea that I have to watch out for in this position is going to be when people try to challenge me from the double door. Now the other main angle that people like to play, you're going to see it here, is there's going to be people on their little car out there trying to do the little like stand on top of the car and peek over the bakery desk, and they try to get their free kills like that. However, you can avoid that by just hugging the desk inside of bakery here, which is what I end up doing here. However, I do want to clarify that that angle is actually very easy to deny if you do have an ACOG. Now right here we're going to play this very aggressive angle for the bakery double door where we hold the left side. This is a very common position that people like to play. And then after I get the kill, the free kill for bakery double here, I'm going to go ahead and rotate over to small bake. Now this is a slight blunder on my part because I didn't know that we didn't have castle in this position. So this whiskey whole hallway is actually wide open in this position. However, my plan to get out of this position here is to whip up my pistol, wait for a little bit of time, and then when this guy is not like basically staring at my soul in this position, I can run over to red, and then the same thing, same concept again. I'm going to run up red staircase here to avoid the hallway altogether, and then I'm going to go ahead and just rotate upstairs at this point. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I tend on the basement bomb site is I tend to like to look to walk up for red at some point during the round after I deny some kind of bakery push. Now, if the enemy team doesn't stop me from getting my free kill for bakery, then what I can do is usually run up the red stairs, go all the way up to the top, and then look down towards brown stairs, which is a very common place that people like to push for the basement bomb site. And I did end up catching another guy trying to walk up the staircase for brown right there and get myself a free kill. Now at this point, we're just in a little roam. Now, since I did get that pick over by Brown, theoretically, you should assume that the enemy team is going to be watching out for me in this position. However, the one saving grace of this position here, guys, is that the enemy team, the time is winding down, so they kind of have to commit to some kind of push. So in my head, basically what's going on right here is that I know the enemy team has to push the site at this point because there's only so much time left in the round, and if they try to focus on me, they're just going to lose the round outright. Now right here, all I'm doing here is I'm just waiting for the time to wind down. There's 15 seconds left in the round. All I'm doing is waiting for the enemy team to have to commit, and then I just swing off of audio for the double door for whiskey red hallway right here and get myself a free 2 kills to secure the round right there. Now next up, we're going to be over on Coastline. We're going to be on the top floor for Penthouse here, and long story short, I'm playing Jäger here. I put 2 of my ADSs down on the big window, and then I'm going to go ahead and put another ADS over by the theater door here. And the reason why I'm doing this is that typically when the enemy team is trying to make some kind of execute, they're usually going to toss a lot of utility into that room in particular. So I feel like putting the ADSs in that position is surprisingly a good spot for my ADSs. Now one thing I do actually make a little bit of blunder here is that I'm going to go ahead and put this bulletproof like in this 90 corridor right here, which is actually a mistake. And the reason why is because if someone shoots the like sides of the bulletproof here while it's on the ground, it's actually going to end up like destroying it, which was a blunder by me. But all you would do in this position is just put it on the wall and it'd be fine. Now the one thing that I do with Jäger a lot is that I tend to go on a little like roam. Now when it comes to roaming on Jäger, the only piece of advice I could give you guys is to try to play positions that the enemy team is most likely going to push. So like for example on this map it would be like Sunrise, for example. I feel like this is a very common position that people tend to push from, and luckily for me this Ashe is not going to be droning, so I'm going to end up getting myself a free kill into her because she just isn't droning whatsoever and just entering, which is just a free kill. Now right here I'm going to go ahead and rotate up the Cool Vibe staircase here. Now for context, I'm actually going to get a little bit of audio from Billards here that there's somebody that opens up my Aqua double door in this position, so I know that there's one guy going to be pushing here, so I'm going to go ahead and swing aggressively here and get myself a free kill on the Brava here. Now after killing the Brava, I actually get audio that somebody dropped into luggage here, so I'm going to go ahead and swing aggressively to get myself another kill onto that guy as well. But the important thing to note here is that the reason why I kept challenging that guy is because since he was on a door frame, it's a very easy free kill in that position because he's not going to be able to easily kill me from that door frame because he doesn't have very much space to move around, basically. So it's a very easy gunfight, so that's why I'm very confident in taking that gunfight, especially with Jager's gun being so powerful. Now we did end up getting the fuser from the guy that dropped luggage there, so I go ahead and barricade the Aqua double door because it's very unlikely that anybody else is going to be challenging since there was two in this position. So now I just have to watch out for anybody potentially walking up to Cool Vibes to look for some kind of potential free kill onto me to try to reclaim the diffuser, because the enemy team is going to have to reclaim the diffuser in this position. Now I am getting audio for Striker that he is over by Vase in this position. However, I already gave him audio that I was here by pre-firing in his general location because I also got audio for him. Now he ends up trying to wallbang me for Billards here through Hookah because they actually hacked the default cam inside of Aqua. I actually didn't know that they hacked the default cam here, so I'm going to end up actually just rotating away here. The important thing to remember here is that it is a 3v1 position, so rotating back and just letting them have diffuser is also still winning in this position because my teammates are going to be able to go ahead and just secure the round anyway just because of the pure man advantage. Now next up we're going to be over on Clubhouse here on the basement bomb site, and typically what I like to do when I do play Jaeger is I like to bunker down for blue push basically, and I like to center most of my ADSs in this position because typically when you have a Mira ADS or a Mira plus ADSs on blue here, people will try to use Ashe charges to get rid of the Mira basically. So if you use Jaeger ADSs to deny that, it becomes very difficult for the enemy team to actually make a push. Because I don't know if you guys have ever tried to actually push blue when there's a Mira window here, but it's really hard. And the Jaeger ADSs will basically catch the Ashe, which is basically the main counter for Mira in this position. I guess there's also Twitch, but all you have to do is really watch out for that. And then right here, we go ahead and show this bulletproof that we have. Now, I don't know why this bulletproof was bugging out, but I'm going to go ahead and replace it over on the AK rack here where I am currently playing, because it is a very good camera that you guys can use for back arsenal if the enemy team does drop the kitchen hatch. Now, the reason why I'm playing Jaeger in this position is because with the 1x scope, it's very easy for me to shut down for a blue push. Right here, they try to Ashe charge the Mira, but my first ADS that I placed down catches it, which basically puts them in a rough position because now they don't really have the utility to try to go for this Mira at this point. And so it's pretty much GG's on their blue push on the spot. Now they are going to try to walk down with Blackbeard anyway, like absolute psychopaths. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot up to Blackbeard's feet and basically force him to back up, which is going to essentially tell the enemy team in this position, hey, we can't push blue in this position. We have to go somewhere else. And for context, the push that the enemy team is going to opt for in this position now is they're going to go open up the kitchen hatch. They're going to open up dirt. And they're going to try to push main, which is understandable because if you try to push this Mira, bad things are going to happen if you don't get rid of it basically in this position. Now, what I'm essentially trying to do here is, since I've shut down blue, all I really have to worry about in this position is going to be if the enemy team drops for like church hatch, or maybe they walk down for main, or they push the kitchen hatch. Now right here I quickly check secret just to make sure nobody's pushing for that. Nobody's on dirt either. They do open up the kitchen hatch here, but I'm going to go ahead and swing this close angle here, and it's very important to play that close angle there when you do have a 1x scope, because if you play the other angle like over by mannequins, it's a very long angle with a hollow, so I don't really recommend taking that as an idea. Now right here they try to drop the kitchen hatch here, but me and my Azami are going to basically shut that down. There is going to be one more guy in the kitchen hatch here, while the other guy is also over by main in this position. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to go ahead and rotate back so I don't die from vertical here, reload, then I'm going to go ahead and swing the hallway because the enemy team must make a push because time is winding down, get ourselves a free kill on ramp, and then the Ash is going to go ahead and drop to try to make something happen, but it's pretty much GG's at that point. We go ahead and swing through the rotate after killing ramp, get ourselves a free kill, and secure the round. But anyway, guys, that's going to pretty much do it for today's Jaeger step-by-step video. Like I said, as a quick little recap, you want to be using your ADSs in places where the enemy team is very likely to push, so that way you can hold those positions down. You do have the 416 carbine, so you're going to be able to take gunfights with those players and have a very strong gun to be able to contest them, so you're in great shape in that department. So I do highly recommend playing Jaeger. Also, using Jaeger in conjunction with other utility is very important because it makes your job a lot easier, especially when you're trying to lock down a very specific part of the map like I did with that last clip with Clubhouse. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found this helpful. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!
Yeah. Be careful if it works. You might keep on your flank.
Yo, and main stairs too, main stairs. I killed Thermite drone.
Dragon.
Oh, wait,
Dragon. I downed one in Dragon. He's picking him up.
Dragon, fully.
Reloading, cover me!
Is somebody holding geisha so they can't walk in on me?
I'm in it.
Alright. My black serious sounds like.
There's Barb there.
It's still there.
I called drum.
I'm backing off. I'm gonna go watch out for this.
Yeah, he's definitely in drum.
Stay alive, Kyle. You have to stay alive here.
Trying. The guy
I'm watching
down
your walking.
on the
I'm
door.
watching
I'm
your
being
walking.
Oh shit.
You walked in on you.
He just what? Yeah.
Down to 15 seconds.
What are you watching? What do you mean?
He's gonna come on your door on your left.
Time expires in 10 seconds.
Swapping
5
mags!
seconds to go.
Run.
B-bomb.
Op 4 last
blind.
stop standing.
Plant and B.
Okay.
Time limit reached.